Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Madly and today we will be doing highlighting and contouring tutorial with South African products that is affordable. So firstly, let's start with the highlights. Okay, so I will be using it's Monafé Flawless Precision Liquid Foundation. I actually bought this in Rivonia, Joburg at the Oriental City, which is a China flea market. It was 40 to 50 rand and it's a big bottle, and it's sort of like, I don't want to say a foundation, it's more like maybe it's like a really light liquid foundation to almost a BB cream, but it's pretty good coverage. I initially bought it was too light for my skin, so now I'm using it to highlight my skin. Or you're more than welcome to go to your contouring and color correcting palettes, which I bought for 45 to 50 rand at Montana Traders, which is also a flea market, Indian flea market. You're more than welcome to use the yellow one for highlighting, and even some of those colors mixed with the yellow to just give it a lighter color. And also you can use this for contouring. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this. So what I do is I'll just put a drop on my finger, and I'll start by making a triangle shape underneath my eye. I'll also do one on my chin. I've got a really sharp chin, you can already see that, so I try not to contour it so that it's sharp, but I do want to highlight it because it makes a good effect on the face. Okay, I've got a small forehead, so I will be using a lot of highlight on my forehead to create an illusion that I've got a bigger forehead. Again, I will drag it down on my nose, and then I will be just above the jawline. Okay, that's highlighting, obviously before blending. Okay, now you can switch over to either your contouring and color correcting palettes, which has got this one, and you'll be using, I can use one of these brushes that come with, they're really small, you know, every makeup set gets a brush, or you can use your own brush, or you can even use a finger. I bought this at that accessory shop. You can find it at a flea market, but they don't usually have really dark colors. This should be around about 10 to 20 rand. This one was a little bit expensive at the accessory shop, around 40 rand. Well, for me that's expensive. You can find it for 10 rand. Okay, so let's start. So you want to draw from the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth, ending there by the corner of your eye, and suck in your cheeks. Okay, if you want to sharpen your chin, you will draw right there, and I'm going to draw under my chin because it's too sharp. Okay, I'm going to draw on my jawline to just get that contrast there. Not too much, I don't want it to look like a man. And on the side of my face, anywhere you want things to look like sharper and smaller. And obviously on your nose, so I'm just going to take it like this, draw it down flat. And now for the blending. Okay, I do have a beauty blender. I think it's a gimmick, I don't like it at all. I used it for a long time and I just decided, you know what, I'm going back to my little square sponges because they're so much easier to use and they just blend out product so much better. So what you need to do is you need to dab and not wipe, just dab, so until it blends. Dab. Okay, do not blend out this one yet, that's for completely at the end. Okay, blended. Now I will just take the other side of my little sponge and I'll start blending out the contour. I'll wipe this sort of into the hairline. And when you blend the contour on the side, you sort of want to work upwards and not down, because this will, if you work down, it will almost It's look like you've got a 5 o'clock shadow beard thing going, so rather work up than down. And then I'll be blending my jawbone and under my chin, going down. Okay, and now I'll be going to the other side of my sponge and blending out this, wiping it because I don't want it really to, so I want to create that light, dark, light, dark. Okay, now for my nose, you are basically allowed to do whatever you want. You can blend it out with your brush. I prefer to use a foundation concealer brush because I've got more control on it. So I'll be just rubbing it until it's blended out. I always like to soften it up just by going over the one so that the lines aren't solid. Okay, now for the powder parts, I bought this at the flea market again for 70 Rand. It's a translucent powder. The Essence one is cheaper, it's 40 Rand. It's compact powder and not loose like this. I prefer the compact, you save more. Anyways, this was the only place I didn't want to drive any further. Okay, so it comes with a little sponge. Always everywhere and it's always a mess. And then I would just first start making sure the makeup under my eyes are blended before, and I will just pat this sort of just on the light spots, the highlighted spots. Okay, and then this is actually called baking. You're supposed to leave it on for a couple of minutes. I'm happy with the result just by putting it on and then taking a blush brush and wiping it off. And then I will be taking my angled blush brush, and I'm using sort of like a brown eyeshadow because it's a little darker than a bronzer. I prefer it that way. You are allowed to use a bronzer. You can find a bronzer also for 40 Rand at the flea market, and trying to stay away from a glittery bronzer for the contouring. I just use an old brown eyeshadow that I do have from Essence. I don't remember what it cost, and then I'll just take my contour just a little bit to the next level. I want to go on the jawline and just stay by the ear. Just take my brush, squeeze it, go on the side of my nose. Okay, and then I will just apply a blush with another blush brush. This is a sort of a orangey, pinky, peach blush from, it's not cheap, okay, but this is the MAC product that I told you that I was splurged on 2-3 years ago that I still have. Just dab in, blow, and start with the apple of your cheek and work your way on the contour. Okay, and then I'll be going back to my angled brush. So another product I splurged on. This is a highlighting powder from MAC. It's actually like quite expensive, but you can find it, another one. Once this is finished, I'm not gonna buy this again, any of my products. I will just buy something else in a cheaper version, but this is actually lasting me like 3 years. Three years ago, yeah. It was over 500 Rand, but it's lasting that long, and I use it every single day. Even when I'm not wearing makeup, I'm wearing this. So you can see it's quite of a shiny and then just at the highest part of your cheekbone. Go to your forehead and the tip of your nose, and on the cupid's bow, and on your chin. And then afterwards you apply lipstick. Okay guys, let me give you a closer look. Okay, thank you guys for watching my contouring and highlighting tutorial. Please subscribe if you want to see more of my other tutorials, and also give it a thumbs up if you did like it. Obviously using South African products. I will be going into my hair maybe in a few tutorials, episodes. This is extensions, by the way, and I'll let you know who does them for a really affordable price. I love them. They are basically still air drying, and yeah, but this is not my real hair. My real hair ends here, and this is my extensions. Okay, cheers guys.